Sang Yu is a broke and lonely scriptwriter who hasn't slept peacefully in 6 months. Every time he closes his eyes, a terrifying demon invades his dreams and turns them into brutal nightmares. One night, while dreaming of riding the subway, the demon grabs him, smashes a hole through the floor, and kills him in horrifying fashion. Sang Yu wakes up in a panic and tries to focus on writing, but when his landlord shows up asking for rent, he escapes through the window to avoid him. As Sang Yu wanders the streets, he recalls visiting countless experts searching for answers about his nightmares, but none could truly help him. Broke and starving, he buys the cheapest crepe he can afford while secretly admiring Hua Er, a cafe worker and singer he's been obsessed with since hearing her perform years earlier. But his brief moment of peace ends when his angry manager, Sangha, tracks him down. After chasing and catching him, Sangha berates Sang Yu for missing his script deadline and gives him just 10 days to finish it, ignoring his struggles with severe insomnia. Sang Yu returns home only to discover he's been evicted and all his belongings thrown outside. Desperate, he tries writing in a cafe, but exhaustion takes over and he falls asleep, and the demon brutally attacks him once again. When he wakes up, his laptop is gone, pushing him to the brink of despair. Believing his life is falling apart, Sang Yu sends his manager a suicide message and climbs to a rooftop, preparing to jump while staring at Hua Er's cafe below. But before he can do it, the kind crepe seller stops him with free food and unexpected advice. Whenever the nightmares begin, Sang Yu should remind himself, "I'm dreaming," to escape them before they consume him. Sang Yu spends the night watching Hua Er from a rooftop before selling his phone just to afford food. At a convenience store, he nearly steals out of desperation but backs out at the last second. If you're enjoying this story so far, make sure to hit the like button. Outside, Hua Er suddenly approaches him with concern, but the moment quickly turns terrifying when she transforms into the demon from his nightmares. The creature attacks him with a sword and throws him through the store window. But as Sang Yu grabs the sword in the dream, he remembers the crepe seller's advice and tells himself, "I'm dreaming," forcing himself awake mid-attack. In reality, he still crashes through the shattered glass unharmed, and, shockingly, the demon's sword is somehow still in his hands. Terrified and confused, Sang Yu runs before help arrives and spends the night in the park, desperately trying to prove to himself that he's finally awake. The next morning, Sang Yu tries selling the demon's sword and learns it's worth a fortune, instantly changing his life. He buys a new computer, expensive food, luxury clothes, and checks into a fancy hotel, then begins intentionally entering his nightmares to steal the demon's weapons and bring them back into reality. In one dream, he grabs a giant golden axe before waking up with it in his hands and sells it for even more money. Realizing he can control parts of his dreams, Sang Yu starts experimenting by studying locations before sleeping, causing his next nightmare to take place inside a museum. But this time, the demon arrives armed with a gun, and despite trying to fight back, Sang Yu is killed before he can steal anything. Refusing to accept defeat, he immediately takes another sleeping pill and dives back into the nightmare. Back in the nightmare, Sang Yu manages to dodge the demon's bullets, steal valuable antiques, and wake up with them in the real world, earning millions from wealthy collectors. His sudden fortune shocks his manager, Sangha, who eventually discovers the truth after catching Sang Yu waking up with gold chains from a dream. Instead of exposing him, Sangha joins him, guarding his body while he sleeps and raids dream worlds for treasures. Meanwhile, Sang Yu reconnects with Hua Er, buys her struggling cafe, and grows closer to her as they become business partners. As time passes, Sang Yu becomes more skilled inside his nightmares, learning to fight back against the demon, manipulate objects with his mind, and even bring massive items like cars out of his dreams and into reality. As Sang Yu's wealth grows, he secretly pays people to fill Hua Er's cafe, and even repays the kind crepe seller for helping him during his darkest days. He and Hua Er begin spending more time together, with Sang Yu walking her home every night and gifting her the red dream car, making her believe he's a successful screenwriter. Wanting to live up to the lie, Sang Yu finally writes a real script inspired by his feelings for her. While dreaming, his obsession with Hua Er fills his mind, causing him to wake up early, only to find Sangha in tears after reading the script and realizing it's genuinely brilliant. Sang Yu and Sanga used their fortune to turn his script into a massive movie project, even funding it themselves to hire famous actors and build his fake reputation as a legendary screenwriter. Subscribe to the channel before watching ahead. At a glamorous celebration event, Hua proudly attends by his side, while a fabricated presentation praises his non-existent career and secret past successes. But during another dream raid, Sang Yu encounters a mysterious meditating monk whose belt causes his hand to disintegrate when touched. Ignoring the warning, he steals it anyway, and the monk brands his chest with burning fingers before vanishing along with the dream itself. Later, Sang Yu takes Hua to the rooftop where he once planned to end his life and surprises her with a fireworks display, promising he'll never suddenly disappear from her life. As Sang Yu prepares to confess his feelings to Hua mysterious burn marks suddenly appear on his chest, forcing him to leave. That night, he dreams of an older, decaying version of himself, and after waking up, scars begin appearing across his body, matching injuries from past nightmares. Seeking answers, he heads to the crepe cellar, but is kidnapped by gangster Chiang Ge, who demands millions after discovering Sang Yu's hidden wealth. Forced to reveal his secret room filled with dream treasures, Sang Yu struggles to protect Sang Ge and his secret, until Hua unexpectedly arrives at the building, walking straight into danger. Hua ignores Sang Yu's attempt to push her away, and unknowingly walks into the gang's trap. Chiang Ge exposes Sang Yu's lies and brutally attacks his own men to maintain control, but the chaos gives Sang Ge a chance to fight back and help Sang Yu and Hua escape. During the violent chase, Sang Yu is stabbed multiple times, while Sang Ge sacrifices himself to hold the gang off, only to be beaten to death. The surviving thug eventually catches Sang Yu and Hua upstairs, knocking them unconscious after a brutal fight. When Sang Yu awakens, he finds himself alone in mysterious ancient ruins, covered in strange black substance. In the mysterious ruins, Sang Yu relives the past months and realizes his reality and dreams are deeply connected. Desperate to escape, he transforms into the very demon that haunted him, unleashing his buried anger against those who wronged him. After breaking through a crystal wall, the demon enters his apartment and slaughters the gang before turning on Sang Yu himself. Repeating, "I'm dreaming," Sang Yu causes every stolen dream treasure to vanish from the world. When he wakes up, he's somehow back outside the convenience store. This time, Hua recognizes him, takes him home, and encourages his writing talent with unexpected kindness. Hua offers Sang Yu a job at her cafe, finally breaking his emotional walls as she reveals she always knew he was secretly watching over her. Slowly rebuilding his life, Sang Yu receives a new laptop from Hua and learns one of his old scripts has finally been sold. But the biggest revelation comes from the crepe seller, who admits he once had the same dream powers and chose a simple life instead. As Sang Yu listens, the nightmare ruins reappear behind him, revealing the demon is still following him. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share this video with your friends so they can experience this crazy dream too.